Okay,
Good evening, tutor and classmates. My name is Felipe. I was working with the 10th grade at a school called Carlos Lleras, Restrepo. The school was located in the city of Yopal, Casanare. And my teacher's name was David. All right, that's it.
okay, okay. My name is Didier Albeiro Garcia. I live here like my friend Felipe. We live here in Yopal, Casanare. My school where I observe the classes were Lucila Piragauta. I work in 11th grade. My teacher's name is yeah, Astrid Barrera. Astrid Barrera. Okay. Next, Miss Jasmine.
Hey, hi, my name is Jasmine. I did my internship at the Pago Vasquez Botero Educational Institutions with the 4th grade. The teacher's name is Olga Ramirez. It was a pleasant internship, and the teachers and administrators were very friendly.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Carolina.
Okay, my name is Carolina Gomez. The education school is Forest of Watercolor of Dos Quebradas. The observation was made with the 9th grade. The teacher in charge is Diego, and we worked with 25 students.
Okay, thank you. And the last one is Mr. Janine.
Okay, my name is Ener de Jesus Baño Largo. I didn't have the opportunity to do my pedagogical practice in high school. I'm doing it in English Basic Learning and Conversation Workshop. There are students of the UNAT. My teacher is Juan Camilo Pérez Hernández.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's go over the questions. Question number 1. Did you any of you perceive that the teacher planned every class, or she rather improvised in the sections? Is that planning? Oh, that's the second one, right?
No problem, but it's the same one. I want to answer that question. Did you notice that the teacher planned each class? Yeah, I already told you that my teacher's name is Astrid. She worked with 3 grades in that school, Lucila Piragauta, here in Yopal, 8th grade, 10th grade, and 11th grade. When I worked with her, she was working with 11th A, 11th B, 11th C. Around 40 students each grade. A lot of students because it's a public school. Never. She never improvised any of her classes, no? At the beginning of this term of classes, she told me no, I observed that she is very, very organized, like as a teacher, yeah. At the beginning of each term, she gave to her students a chart, in a sheet of paper, a chart with all the activities for each week, and what they do, what they have to do in each week, and dates when they have to return their work for her. No, never. She improvised. And the second question says if this planning or improvisation was successful or not, and explain why. No. I repeat, she never improvised anything. She was very organized, very structured. All her planning was very organized. She always was very positive with the students. She made many activities with them because she liked that all her students improve their 4 abilities: speaking, writing, reading, and listening. She used to give them YouTube links of YouTube, sorry, where in these videos, they have to watch some experiences and they have to return in written form or across a video. They have to represent different scenes about different topics. Maybe sometimes they gave them tenses. Okay, guys, I need that you represent these actions in present tense or in past simple or in present perfect tense. They have to make a role play where they to have to represent to her these kind of topics or tense that she have asked them. Okay, no more, guys. All this experience was very wonderful that I have with this teacher.
Thank you for letting us know, mate. Let's jump right into the next one. What pedagogical skills do you stand out of the English teacher? Who wants to answer that question?
Mrs. Jasmine, maybe.
Okay, the institution where I did my internship is in a rural area. Therefore, the internet connectivity of the students is very bad, very bad. Some students don't have internet. This made the teaching process a bit difficult. The classes were held by WhatsApp, so these pedagogical skills were put to a test. I had to develop the activity guides for most of the classes, but as it was asynchronous, it was quite difficult to assess student learning. For example, to evaluate their speaking, I asked the students to send me audios by WhatsApp, formulating sentences or a bit of interaction.
Next one. What were the general attitudes of students towards the English class, their teacher and mates? And why do you think that happens? So that's question number 3.
Yes. Okay. All terms, the students had a good attitude to the English teaching, mainly by the good job that he used a variety of didactical strategies that motivate them to learn about this language. Um, I think that also his attitude, his enthusiasm, uh, he really show a vocation for each of these mother and the students and feel in with the volunteer to participate with it's an environment very trusting, so they feel well and they can do many interventions in that the teacher did. How I told you, I didn't have the opportunity to do my pedagogical practice in a high school, but in this workshop, I that both students and teacher have had a good experience and a significant experience, meaningful for the learning process.
That sounds sweet. Next one. Do you consider students learned thanks to those teachers' skills? Why or why not?
I consider that the student did not fully achieve the objectives set by institution teacher. The activities were carried out through Meet for a student who would have the possibility of connecting to the internet. The student who could not connect were with givens needs to be delivered behind and send the evidence to the teacher. This technique does not allow a direct meeting between teacher and student. This doesn't allow to assimilate learning.
All right, thanks, ma'am. Question number 5. Would you change anything in teachers' attitudes? What and why? So that's question number 5.
This question is for Mr. Janier.
Okay, I didn't change nothing, Fred. He is a teacher with a high formation. I can evidence that he really studied for teach this matter. So I didn't change nothing. He have a great formation in didactical, pedagogical, and methodological skills. So he knows how to teach that topic or matter. Only a suggestion is that in the classes he took mainly in English because he uses in both languages, Spanish and English. So I think that using only the foreign language, the students can develop very well them skills.
All right. Next one, number 6. In the case that students are not very fluent in English, why do you think that happens?
As I mentioned before, students don't have a good internet that allows them to practice a little better and synchronously. Furthermore, primary school teachers have almost no knowledge of English. This hinders and slows down the process of learning a new language in children.
Okay, guys, the last question, but I would like to make this question for all of us. For example, I would like Mrs. Carolina. Mrs. Carolina, what did you observe talking about the 4 skills, reading, writing, speaking? What was the most that you observed, skill that you observed in your practice, for example?
For example, the teacher encourages more listening and speaking skills, mainly focuses on these 2 skills because the pandemic reason there is no meeting in the classroom, which leads the activities that are to listen to video on YouTube, and then the students share ideas of what understood in the video. For homework, use the interactive guides. Workshops are held on the subjects being taught.
Okay, and in my case, the 4 skills, in my case, the teacher Astrid, she used to ask to her students, she desired all the time that her students speak in English, and she tried to give them different tools, videos. Most of the tools were videos, yeah, because she said that across the video they could practice listening, but her most desire that she wanted was that her students speak in English fluently. But it was very difficult because most of them, they didn't have internet. Yeah, it was very difficult. Was very difficult. But her student tried all the time. They tried to speak, but it was very complicated. In a public school, it's a little bit complicated, this skill. Jasmine, what did you observe across this?
In my case, I observed that it's very difficult for children the listening and speaking skills because the child don't have the teacher who teaching the child to pronounce fluently, to pronounce correctly, and so it's very they don't have very difficult practice with other because the children don't have a good level of speaking or listening.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Janier. What kind of the question is, what did you observe in your class, with your teacher? What was the most developed skill in your classroom with the teacher?
Okay, he tries to strengthen the listening and speaking skills. He planned many activities that take that objective. He uses audios, videos, many virtual platforms such as Nearpod, quizzes, Quizlet, where the students have to do many exercises that he planned. He gives them the opportunity to talk about all they do, all the exercises that they develop, and yeah, in general terms, he works that.
Okay, now is for you, Mr. Felipe, but I'm going to read the last question. We already answered the same question. Which skill does the teacher encourage more in the students? Writing, speaking, listening, and reading. And why do you think she focuses mostly in that or those skills and not in all of them? This is specifically for you, Mr. Felipe.
I thought you were gonna call me Miss.
Mister.
Okay. Okay, that's okay. Which skills? Pretty much writing and reading, because I don't think it was because of him, but because what he was told to do. I believe that the principal and as well as the coordinator must have told him to just do the same as everybody's doing right now. I mean, most of the public teachers were told to use easily do them. So the activity guy would have exercises and maybe a short dialogue or conversation, and then they would be or they would have to answer some questions related to the dialogue that was given to them in that activity guide. So yeah, I wish we practice speaking, because I love it. I love it so much, but we just couldn't, because most of the students did not have internet. Yeah, that's too bad. It's a shame on COVID-19.
It's gonna be a remarkable highlighted year in this century. Okay, guys, we have finished our activity today for our teacher, Juliana Alzate. Teacher, I hope that you have enjoyed this activity. We have learned a lot with this experience of observation in all of our schools. I know that we have learned a lot. Yeah. Guys, we have finished. If one of you want to say thank you, or you want to say something about from your heart, okay, say it before.
Teacher, thanks so much for sticking with us through thick and thin. We appreciate all your help, and we hope to see you again, I guess. Thanks a lot for everything and for all.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for having me here, or I mean, That's false for all of you here in this meeting. Guys, okay, we have finished. Thank you very much. And
Thank you very much.
okay, bye-bye. Say bye-bye with your hand.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Tish.
Okay.
Very much.